Test. Say test.
Testing. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
All right. I think we're good. All right. Hello. Welcome to Bunny and Friends podcast. I'm going to start this out by saying this is a test stream. We don't know what we're doing. We're figuring it out as we go. But
most likely
it's
this
going
will
to be
be
a fun journey.
most likely this will go on YouTube, so hello.
It's gonna be on YouTube. You know, we're gonna throw it out there. It's good to see where you came from. We're gonna look back on these moments and
if the quality is shit, blame
fond
Bunny.
Memories.
If the quality is shit, blame Bunny. Okay, don't blame me for this one.
Yeah,
I can promise that the quality is going to steadily improve. I cannot offer you quality right now in terms of tech shit. The quality will be in the stories and the subject matter. That's where we'll make it up to you guys.
Yeah.
So I'm Bunny, and the friends joining us today, we don't know who's going to pop in and out. We'll see. But right now, we have Atticus. Say hello.
Also known as Atticus the Death Metaler on YouTube.
You should check him out.
YouTube.
Check out his channel. Link in the description.
No!
And we have Mr. Irish, or just Irish. He's our Jamie.
If you want to watch Atticus' hour of shit, then go ahead, watch his shit, and sub to his channel too.
It's basically how me and Atticus met, but we're not going to get into meeting stories. That'll be a different episode. That will be like a lore episode. But Irish is basically our version of Jamie. He's going to run the back end stuff eventually. We're kind of all working together right now to see what happens. But we figured, I think a good test run would be to start talking about the early internet days of Yonder. And by this, I mean, if you were a kid or a teen in the late 90s, early 2000s to mid 2000s, you've probably experienced a lot of this stuff and can relate to it. I don't know what the age range of our audience is going to be, but what I will tell you is that listening to this is going to give you hard nostalgic feels.
Oh boy. So many nostalgia feels. So
the first place we start is, I mean, I've asked this before, like in previous conversations, but I can never commit it to memory. When is the first time you got a computer at home and then got internet at home? How old were you, Atticus?
How old I was when I got a computer?
At home, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was like 6, 7, or 8, 9 years old. It's
okay.
It's just so long ago. Long ago.
When you got the computer, did you guys have internet like right from the start?
Not that, none of my recollection.
Because I did it. I had a computer for like a good 2 years before I had internet access.
Yeah, that's the same with me. I had a computer but no internet. Like, it was so shit. Like, I used to play like GTA on, I think it was GTA or something like that anyway, and I used to never be able to get online because I didn't have internet, and then I got internet, so it was grand. But at the beginning,
and that's the thing. That's a thing that kids today can't appreciate, like the grind to get the internet, because like I said, we're all around the same age. Like, we're all between like 25 and 35.
Yeah,
if you wanted to use the internet, it was almost an expedition. Like, before I got internet at home, like, I had a computer, but if I wanted to use the internet, I had to walk an hour and a half to the library to use their fucking dial-up internet for 30 minutes, and I was more than happy to do so. More than happy.
Because it was a time.
Oh my god.
There was a time, and then finally I did get internet home, and that, I mean, again, what the kids today won't know is that back then you needed something called a dial-up modem.
I remember them.
Something along the lines of this, and I like the packaging on this photo because, let me just load this up. This is amazing. It says the future is here. Connect to the internet, ... in minutes.
Minutes? Minutes?
Okay.
Jesus.
56K, this was like a PS5 back in the day. Like, this shit was top tier. Like, you couldn't even, unless you had a 56K modem, there really was no point in even having internet. It was unusable.
Yeah, like, you can go for it, you can make food and come back and it still wouldn't be fucking loading.
Yeah. Like, people really appreciated shit. And I mean, okay, take the internet out of the equation, the specs alone. Like, Atticus, what version of Windows did you grow up on? Like, did you start using, like, you know,
yeah, it was like an old Microsoft.
Yeah, but like Windows what?
I don't honestly fucking remember. It was
that long ago.
I was like, oh, it's just a computer.
Irish, do you remember?
97, I think.
There is no Windows version 97.
Never did. I don't know.
Oh, you fucks. Okay, listen to me. You listen here, okay? Children, I started on Windows 95, 2? Okay? Windows 95.
I'd say it was 95. Because I was born in 95.
I had 16 megabytes of RAM. Do you know what that meant?
A lot.
That meant I could have exactly 120 photos and MSN. That was it. That was the extent of my computer.
I love how the fact you know the exact number. That's
because I spent hours. Like, I had my computer in the basement. I'm talking like at least like 4 to 6 hours a day since I was probably 12 till today. Like, I was an internet rat all the time. Like, computer rat in general.
Nerd.
Oh, total nerd. And that's the thing. And kids today, the thing is, kids what they won't experience today is that because a lot of us grew up without the internet, there wasn't a lot to do on the computer. So
yeah, there really wasn't.
You would just fuck around with the computer, and doing that, like, you would learn about specs and you would learn about hardware and software. Like, I feel like I know so much more about old technology than I do about current shit.
That's the thing too about being my age is I learned how to do my editing for my videos a long time ago. Like, that's how I learned how to edit. I didn't go to do courses online to do this shit. I learned I learned
on fucking Windows Movie Maker.
Yeah, I literally downloaded it on a shitty laptop. Literally just downloaded some editing software or bought it.
Unregistered Hypercam.
Yeah, I just literally and I literally started editing videos with my friend Jack, who's typing right now. That we would just fuck around, and just make videos, and I would just edit them. Like, it's just I learned from just doing it all the time.
Yeah, just like pure fuckery.
Yeah,
I feel like that's how a lot of kids learn. It was like the best way to do it. You know what I mean? Like, and also, what were your first computer setups like? Like I said, mine was in the fucking basement. Like, mine I feel like every 90s kid setup looked a lot like this. Let me just upload this photo. I feel like if you typed in 90s computer setup, this would be the fucking stereotypical thing that popped up.
Yeah.
Loading. By the way, in post, I'm gonna cut these fucking gaps.
Yeah. Because usually, like, the computer setup was mostly in my parents' bedroom.
Really?
And yeah, it was like it was one of our houses.
That's a little suspect. A computer setup in the 90s in the bedroom. That is very suspicious.
Yeah, but then like 2001, 2002, like, we moved the computer over to like this one part of the family room, which was nice.
Well, that's cool. Mine was in the basement for years and years and years, and I loved it.
Mine was my one's in the living room, by the fire, because I was always cold.
Well, and that's another thing about us growing up with the computers. It wasn't your computer. It was the family computer. Like,
it was definitely that. It was definitely that.
It was.
Thankfully,
that's the thing.
Thankfully, I live on my own. I have a brother, but I'm the only person who ever uses computer or internet around here.
Oh, see, you see, your generation, yours falls right after ours. So you grew up privileged. We had a family computer, and that's when we would download shit like LimeWire and fucking give the family computer AIDS.
Oh, the good old days.
Did you use Napster or LimeWire?
I use LimeWire.
What?
Irish, do you know what either of those things are?
No.
Are you serious? Okay,
my God.
That's two things. It's disappointing and it's disheartening.
The old folks here.
Holy shit. Well, okay. Napster, okay. The thing is, Napster changed the music industry. Napster basically made MP3s what they are. It was the only way to share music with each other, and it started the whole MP3, MP4 file sharing world. Like, it started it. And Napster only ran, I think, for 2 years. I think they ran from 1999 to 2001, and then they were shut down. And that's when LimeWire came in.
Yeah, because Lars Ulrich was like a fucking. He was like, "This is gonna kill us all! Stopping Napster!"
Because the thing is, and I mean, especially in the earlier versions, you had no idea what file, like what you were downloading. Like, you can kind of like the title, like take that out of the equation. You'd have to like look at the file size. You'd have to look at like the users that have it. It could have been anything. Like, it was fucking Russian roulette of the internet. And you know what? It was worth the gamble.
It was really worth it.
I saw my first fucking terrorist beheading video on Napster.
Oh God.
Because this was right after 9/11. This was 2001. This was like months before, I think literally a month before Napster got shut down. Yeah, man, I saw that shit. I was like 12.
12 years old and seeing ISIS, but no, ISIS didn't arrive that time. What the fuck I'm talking about? Like, you know, Al Qaeda, Taliban, torture videos and stuff. God damn.
Or like I guess Irish. You know what? Irish is too young to. Another thing you can't appreciate is the fucking AOL and free internet discs that were a thing.
Oh God, the AOL when trying to start up AOL.
Like, it was something. That's the thing. You didn't sign up for like. I mean, I didn't sign up for like a yearly thing. Like, I would buy a new, or not buy, just get a new CD every single month. It was $10 every single month. It was insane. That's how the internet worked. And that was for years. People made furniture out of these discs. There were so many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
This fucking grouping here. You'd find them in magazines. You'd find them.
Oh my God.
Fucking everywhere. There was shit. There were internet providers. Like, there was this one called Net Zero, where they offer like and that's another weird thing about internet back then is that some service providers charged you by the hour. Like, you'd be like, okay, I'm gonna buy 16 hours of internet, and you'd pay. And then if you wanted unlimited internet, you had to pay like the high price. It was crazy.
Imagine that now. Imagine like compared to different, like if you compared it from then to now, like literally buying internet for like 6 hours, like
right.
Now, yeah, like now it's done by
waiting for this shit, waiting for your fucking dial-up to go through. You're waiting for a fucking like a song. Downloading a song could take, if your internet was shit, it could take upwards of 6 hours. Someone picks up the phone, you're done. It's like, good, thank you for ruining the last 6 hours. Like, you had to start from the beginning. The download didn't pick up from where it left off like it did.
Yeah, like nowadays. The big difference.
I don't even think kids know what buffering is. Like, when you watched videos, it wasn't just loading. Like, it had to load and then it had to buffer. Like, there was 2 steps.
I mean, the struggle was fucking real.
We're sorry to our viewers
once we finally did get connected to the internet, I don't know about you guys, but my place were the GeoCity pages. Do you guys know GeoCities? Please relate to me for a second.
No, I don't. No, I don't.
Oh, you fuckers. Okay, well, for the audience, you can feel old with me. My God, comment F below if you also don't know what GeoCities is or was. But basically, if you think of all the websites today, like, you go to Google and you type in, like, I want to find this particular bicycle website, for instance. Back then, there was no Google. You could go to Yahoo. Yahoo was a great option. Yahoo was basically the Google of our days. But if you wanted to find a website, it was the Wild West. You'd have to go to some random search engine, type it in, and then these pages would come up, and they're like homepage style, like they're so personalized. Pages like this is what taught me and like our generation HTML and like coding.
Yeah.
Because if you wanted a cool homepage or GeoCities page, you had to know HTML. And okay, I'm so old. The internet was so new that when I wanted to learn HTML, I went to the library and I got a book on HTML.
Damn.
There was no Google. Where would you look? It was the Wild West. The way like the Tor network runs now, like the deep web where you have these random onion sites, it looks and feels like what the internet was back then. Like that's what it was. You had no idea what you were coming across, and it was amazing. You would sign people's guest books. You would see people's page under construction. It was like the cutest thing.
Yeah, and people when people think of the deep web, it's like, oh my god, pedophile sites, hitmen for hire, drugs,
they were
all that.
everywhere. They were plentiful. Like I know, I went in fucking Yahoo chat rooms all the time, and that's the thing about Yahoo chat rooms. Also, back then, okay, not many people had a webcam back then. Okay, but if you happened to, which I did, I'm like fucking 12, 13. I didn't give a fuck. Back then, if you wanted to connect with someone's webcam, you would have to use this program called Netscape calling or network calling. It was something along those lines. It was a built-in program in accessories, like in your computer. You would have to give the person your IP address, and that's how they would call you. We didn't realize we're just handing over our address. Like we didn't even think about it. That's how innocent.
That's fucking that's like thinking about it, it's like it's fucking creepy.
Yeah, like I mean, thank God nothing happened, but it fucking very well could have.
Oh man.
Times. No one did. That did. Oh, now like.
Oh my god, I met like now people meet each other online all the time. There's dating apps, there's all this. Oh my god, back then I meet people online. It was the sketchiest shit. Sometimes I wouldn't even know what they looked like. I think about it now as an adult and I'm like, what was I thinking?
But that's the thing about it is that it was the youth of the internet. People didn't know what they were doing half the time.
Yeah, that's the thing. No one knew. That's why, I guess nothing like horrible did. That's why nothing horrible did go down. But thinking about it now, I'm just like, holy shit. Even the pop-up ads. Oh, that's another thing, Irish, that I don't think you'll experience on the same level as us. The fucking pop-up ads. I want to paint a photo of it just says congratulations, and it was this pop-up that you would get every day for 4 years. 4 or 5 years.
Oh, I fucking hate it. Like, congratulations, you won!
But like now looking at it, it's so nostalgic. Like I want to make paintings of these like old logos and stuff like that. I don't know. Man. It's the whole vaporwave aesthetic. I love it. I live for it. I don't know. It's just so ingrained in my brain from being a child and seeing this shit all the time in the background. It's so ingrained in my mind. Like I remember ads from the 90s. It's pretty funny. Well, okay. How about after chat rooms were a thing, people started like as the internet was progressing, people shifted to chat rooms. Then they shifted to forums. They were kind of active at the same time. If you wanted to talk about whatever, you'd go to a message board. But then people started getting things like MSN Messenger. What did you use? Did you use MSN or AOL?
I think my older brother was using AOL or Yahoo chat rooms.
Okay.
And so I could remember while playing Dynasty Warriors on PS2 that I would see him just blare out some 311, the band 311, and then just like chat online.
Were you ever like were you ever the type to just like chat to friends online? Like...
I wasn't really big onto social media at that time. I was more of like, hey, just talking to my friends on the phone and coming over and just chill. It was like kid stuff.
No, fair enough. Like, even when I was younger, I remember I had a few friends. They were the ones that left their computer on all night, kind of like what Irish does in Discord now. He's just away.
Oh, thanks!
But he's on 24 fucking 7.
Fuck you!
That's what people on MSN would do. And I would be on MSN all the time talking to people because this is even before social media. Like there was no Facebook, there was no MySpace. Like you would have to talk to your MSN. So you would see your crush log on, and then you would set your status to offline and then put it online so that they would see the notification in hopes that you would talk to them.
That would be very annoying if people got a notification that you were actually online and offline. That just, I don't know, that's creepy to me. That they see it, if you know what I mean.
But you could also set it. But it was like a manual thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But if they get the notification that you are off and online, that's creepy. You know what I mean?
Like in the bottom right-hand corner, it's kind of like when you get like an email or something. Like a little thing would pop up and like it would show you a little bit of the message, and you'd be like, "Oh my god!" And yeah, it could go the absolute opposite direction too. It could be creepy as fuck. There were these emoticons. They weren't even, see, that's the thing. I call them emoticons. They're not even called that anymore. They're called emojis. But back in my day, kids, they were called emoticons. They look like this. Insert image here, post edit. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. Me, you, and Relic and Nine were talking about the emoticon, like the shrug one. That's an emoticon. There would be ones like that in MSN where it would pop up on your screen and it would be like a hand knocking on your screen, like, and it would sound like glass.
Oh jeez.
They had shit like that. It was fun. It had its moment, but that's when MySpace came around.
What's the first emoji that you used?
Oh, come on, smiley face.
What would you, Atticus?
I mean, everyone.
Classic, to the point smiley face. If you want to make someone uncomfortable, put it backwards.
Mm-hmm.
Like do this smiley face. It's very uncomfortable.
Yeah, yes, I remember. Yeah, I remembered always doing the smiley faces. I mean, I still do fucking smiley faces and hearts and just gasping shite.
Shit, even speaking of emoticons, another popular thing, I don't know if you guys got sucked into this the way I did, but you could download like themes for your mouse and your browser and all that, and it'd be like glittering, or there'd be like some kind of animation on your mouse, but it would most likely be attached with like a fucking million Trojan horses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Christ almighty, there's something sweet about that. I miss those as well. I mean, screensavers in general, there's so many obsolete things that were mesmerizing as a kid. Like choosing your wallpaper and your screensaver was a very important step. Watching the 3D maze. You guys know the 3D maze? Well, you're gonna see it in fucking post, you goddamn son of a bitch.
Our best editor ever.
Social media became a thing when MySpace started. It changed everything.
Yeah,
it
absolutely.
Changed everything. My first MySpace account was in early 2006, and so that was like when I first was like hooked onto social media.
Okay.
So like I was, you know, mostly just fucking playing with my friends and stuff and just talking on the phone.